Well, Canes fans, I've got some bad news for you guys to kick off this video. Unfortunately, it has now been confirmed that Jose Borregales, aka Mr. Automatic, is in fact human and not a robot that was created to kick a football.
Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show.
What's going on, Canes fans? This might be one of the weirdest post-game reaction videos that I've ever done on this channel, and I don't even know how to explain it. Like, have you ever watched a game and just felt like you were kind of daydreaming the whole time? Like, it's almost kind of foggy. Like you're sitting there, you're watching it, right? But you're not. Maybe I should just stop there. I don't really know what I'm talking about. This game, it just felt weird for some reason. I mean, a win is a win. 5-1 sounds a heck of a lot better than 4-2. But I just feel like that we could have and should have beat Virginia by honestly a heck of a lot more. When you look at my score prediction, I had Miami putting up 41 points on Virginia. As you all know, the final score of the game was 19-14. So actually much closer. Now, I am 6-0 on the wins and losses prediction, so we're perfect on that. But I guess I gave Miami's offense too much credit. I really thought that they would have been able to take advantage of this slower UVA defense. And at times, at least early, that was the case. But then it kind of just... Anyways, what we're going to do, I'm going to let you guys know that if you're new here, what we do is in the post-game reaction, we talk about some positives, but we also talk about the negatives as well. So let me just dive right into the positives first, and then we'll end with some negatives and stats for the game. So I want to start out by mentioning the MVP of the game, Mike Harley. Where has this guy been all season? 10 receptions for 170 yards? Mike Harley went off in this game. I think the last guy to put up some stats like that for Miami was maybe Philip Dorsett. It appears that he accepted the challenge this week with the coaching staff opening up the competition in that wide receiver group, saying, hey, nobody better be comfortable because anybody can take your job. And honestly, Harley is a big reason why we even won this football game. I just truly hope that he can play like this for us week in and week out, because we've seen the flashes now. We've seen them a little bit in the past, but I do understand that he's had to deal with several different wide receiver coaches and different offenses and things that he's been in. But he showed a lot more fight in this game, a lot of yards after contact. And that's something that we've not seen, to be real with you guys, from any of the wide receivers in this group, in my opinion. So if Harley's going to be the guy to step up, then so be it. Do this every week, bro. I know you can. And Louis Headley punted pretty well this game. If I'm not mistaken, pinning Virginia inside the 10-yard line at least 2 times. That's big time. And Will Mallory had 2 great catches, but then kind of disappeared after that. So I'm not sure if it's due to the play calling or what happened with that. But I mean, overall, I guess it's fair to say that he's kind of stepped up big time as well in Brevin Jordan's absence. And the freshman running backs picked up some tough yards, but that's where we kind of already start to get into the negatives. Obviously, there are more positives you could pull, and you're more than welcome to leave them down in the comment section. But I feel like that our run game still didn't pose much of a threat. We ran the ball several times on third downs, and we very rarely converted. The last thing I want to have to do is bring back the run, pass, punt rap. And if you guys have been here for a while, then you know what I'm talking about. Those are some bad memories. But I really do feel like it's just a combination of the play calling and this O-line. These running backs, I'm still hyped on these guys. Cameron Harris, Jalen Knighton, and Dalton Chaney Jr. are all very athletic and talented. I think that over these past few games, they've just not been put in the best position to have an impact. And can we talk about the play calling for just a second? Trust me, I still think that we're headed in the right direction. Yes, Rhett Lashley is absolutely an upgrade over You know who, I'm not even going to say it. But there were some times that I got pretty darn frustrated late in the third and throughout the fourth quarter because I feel like so many times, even this season, even under Brett Lashley, that we've been playing to protect a lead instead of keeping our foot on the gas. And I know some people are going to say, but Coop, the rain. I get it. Maybe that did play a little bit of a part in it, but I feel like sometimes we just play too timid and scared, and it's almost like if we get ahead by one touchdown, all of a sudden we don't want to take chances anymore. And that's not what I want to see with this offense. It's explosive. We've got a lot of talent and athleticism on this team. I want to see us taking more chances, especially when we're up just by 3 or 7 points. Instead, it seems like I already said it, I guess, but we play a little timid. We're just trying to protect the lead, and I hate that. I can't wait until we can get to a point to where we're going full throttle, foot on the gas for all 4 quarters. I've seen other teams do it. I know we can too. And don't get me wrong, there is a time to play conservative, but I feel like we do it way too much. And man, oh man, I don't even know what to say about Amari Carter at this point. More or less gets ejected every single game. What's crazy is to think that if this guy played football 10 or 15 years ago, he would be looked at as an absolute monster on whatever defense he was playing for. He just grew up, I guess, in the wrong era because college football is evolving and changing, and dude is a heavy hitter, and he likes to lead with the crown of his helmet, and in 2020, that just ain't gonna fly. So how many more games does Amari Carter get ejected from? I want him to do well because he's a Miami Hurricane. But, man, those ejections don't just equal him getting ejected. It also equals penalty yards, which can hurt us. So that's really all that I have for this one. You guys know that I wasn't feeling very good during the live hangout, and I had to cancel the stream this last Friday. So this is just going to be short, sweet, simple, and to the point. But, of course, I want to dive over to ESPN.com and take a look at the stats for this game. Just real quick, we'll make it fast. First downs in this game for Miami, 23. 8 of 17 on third down conversions. I guess that's right on par with kind of what we've been accomplishing so far this season. 444 total yards of offense, primarily through the air. Now, especially when you take in the huge pass to Harley and Mallory early on that first drive, the first offensive possession that we had. That was huge. We came out looking like we were firing on all cylinders from the jump. But then it just kind of slowed down after that. Let's see, 122 rushing yards. Still couldn't really get that rushing game going. 6 penalties for 38 yards. I'm not going to complain with that. That's pretty disciplined. And a little over 30 minutes on time of possession. So let's look at the box score here. De'Aaron King, 21 of 30, 322 yards, and 1 touchdown pass. Don Chaney Jr. leading the way with the rushing yards, 10 carries for 43 yards and 1 touchdown. Knighton, 12 carries for 37 yards. King, 14 for 28. Cameron Harris, 8 carries for 8 yards. Is Cameron battling an injury that we don't know about, that they're not really mentioning? Because he doesn't look like the same Cameron. Even though we're playing, maybe you could say, better teams. And I know we're going to point at the O-line as well, but is Cameron okay? I don't know. I'm not really sure. Burns did also get some carries, 3 for 7 yards. That was also kind of confusing. That's when I feel like, not throwing shade at Burns here, but we were only up by a touchdown, and Burns was getting carries over Chaney and Knighton. So did those guys need breathers? Is the coaching staff seeing something in Burns maybe? I don't know. I'm questioning the entire offense in the fourth quarter of the football game. I'm not really sure. Harley, again, the MVP of the game, 10 receptions for 170 yards. Will Mallory with those 2 huge catches, 2 for 58 yards. Hope, I saw you, bro. Look at your gloves when you dropped that one pass. You dropped 2 in a row, and you just looked at the gloves, stared at them for a good 5 seconds, and then you pulled them off. So maybe you need to try it without the gloves. I don't know. Maybe that'll help out. 3 receptions for 48. Wiggins got targeted a few times, so that was good to see. 3 receptions for 36 yards. He did get the pass interference call. Jose Borregales breaking that streak. He had never missed a field goal or an extra point as a Miami Hurricane. Did miss one today. Again, confirmed, not a robot. And Louis Headley with a couple of good punts. As I said, that's really going to be it, guys. We've got, oh man, listen, guys, I'm going to be real with you. I'm kind of scared. We have a bye week now. Time to rest up, heal up. Extra week to watch film, but it has meant nothing under Manny Diaz. Lost every game coming off of a bye week. Granted, this year it was then to face the number one team in the country, so you cut a little bit of slack there for that one, but we have to win this NC State game. I know that I'm looking ahead a little bit, but it's time. NC State has lost 2 games. They just lost to UNC tonight. Let me double check. 4-2 overall. Yes, they did lose to North Carolina 48-21. Listen, guys, I told you I'm not all there at the moment. But we got to travel to Raleigh, North Carolina. And a lot of people have, at least they did have NC State as kind of a dark horse team in the ACC. Maybe not so much since North Carolina just beat them. But that's going to be a real interesting game coming up in 2 weeks. I'm pumped. I'm excited for it. As I said, guys, I know a lot of times we end with negatives, and then I'm kind of a little harsh at the end. I just want this team to be the best that they can be. And 5-1 is not bad. This is actually what we predicted in our preseason prediction stuff, because I expected a loss to Clemson. So we're sitting right out about where I thought we would be. I was just hoping that the Virginia game would be a turning point for this offense, and we would put up 40+ on their slow defense. That's kind of what I expected. But it is what it is, guys. That's it for this short initial reaction video. Next week, I'm going to do some interesting videos, some touchy subjects that I'm going to post, of course, that are football related, but it's going to get Canes fans talking and maybe going at it a little bit. We're going to see what happens. And then stay tuned for a Q&A video that I'm going to do. Actually, a Q&A live stream. We're going to go live, and you guys can ask me anything that you want. Football related, not football related. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Now, also do keep in mind this game, we were out some guys due to what I think. I'm going to say it. I don't know what they want to put out there, but I think because we had like 6 or 8 guys out, Redding, TBD, some guys, maybe a couple of the receivers, and maybe with Flag at linebacker that would have saw some snaps, but hopefully they'll be back in action since we have the bye week coming up, so that'll be good. But that's it, guys. Thank you for all the love and the support you guys have been showing the channel. As soon as I kick this mono's butt, which it's still kicking my butt right now, I will get back to the normal crazy shenanigans, table flipping, throwing toasters, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for sticking with me, even though I've been feeling like doo-doo. So thank you guys for that. Remember, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I got to say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out.